Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura, and welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 108. Today is Sunday, December 18th, and this is a channel about cross stitch
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and false starts and me forgetting to bring things into the room and just all kinds of craziness already.
chaos. So, we had gotten started, and then my daughter ran in and woke my husband up and said, "It's time for me to go to work." So we stopped and waited a minute, and we're going to try this again. So it's
Okay.
just a week from Christmas.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
What's going on with you?
Oh, just kind of winding down at work a little bit before people go on vacation and getting all of our Christmas stuff together. We have Christmas presents behind me that I need to wrap. Um, Having fun Christmas things with James. He had a Christmas party at his daycare the other day and he wore a shirt that had like lights on it and he goes, "I'm Christmas tree. I'm Christmas tree." And now if we watch any shows that have like big fir trees or pine trees, he'll go, "Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree." So he's ready. He's on it. So
Kids kind of keep you that way, don't you think?
yeah,
Mine are
it's
older now, and they're like, whatever.
yeah. And see, I kind of feel that way too, but he's just like, you have to be like really excited about Christmas in order to
Gotta
match
do
their
it,
levels.
right?
Right. How have things been with you?
Pretty good. We are at school just trying to keep kids contained as much as possible. This last week, what I had forgotten is that it was benchmark testing week, which means that they take tests that every other kid in the district at their grade level takes also.
Mm.
So it was a lot of work. And in some grades, they took a social studies, an ELA, and a math benchmark test. Some only took two of the three. Some are going to take the test the first week that they're back from break.
Oh no. Oh, that's an awful idea.
So it's just been nutty. And I still have Monday tomorrow, and then a half day on Tuesday, and then I will be out for 2 weeks. And I'm planning
Nice.
to get a lot of just crafts and stitching and all sorts of fun stuff done.
Cool. That'll be
So,
fun.
anyway, are you ready to jump into this today?
I am so ready.
So we are going to start with stash.
Stash. Do you want to show your stash first or you want me to go first?
Well, I'll show you what I have,
All right.
because it's this heartstring sampleries, love and joy. And Katie ordered this for me during the jingle ball, and it came
Mhm.
with a little piece of fabric for it too.
Oh,
I'm kind of
nice.
excited. I haven't opened it up. I don't think the floss is in there. If I would have thought about it, I would have picked up floss while we were at the
Mhm.
shop yesterday.
Oh, so
That's it.
cute. All right.
Oh, did I show this last week? I'm going to ask you this one.
I don't think you showed it last week.
So we had ordered for the Black Needle Society from Wild Rainbow, which was formerly Nerdy Needle Co. And she sent a couple of extra fun things for us, and I got the kitty butt.
Oh,
And
nice.
it came with one of her little backers, which I always think are fun.
See, I wondered what was in that package because so I'm the one who packaged the needle minders, and there was an envelope in there that had Katie's name on it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna set this to the side. And James kept looking at it and wanting to open it, and I said, no, that's Miss Katie's. So every time he'd look at it, he'd go, no, Miss Katie's. And I don't
But
know.
that really is all that I got this week.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, I got a couple of things. We had a stitch day yesterday, and we went to a shop afterwards, and I picked up Christmas Alphabet by the Scarlet House. I just did Autumn Alphabet, and Laura sent me this in Messenger and was like, "Oh, look, you have to stitch this now," because it really is like the same exact alphabet, same placement. It's just Christmasified, and so I saw it whenever we were at the shop because I wasn't really going to get anything. Um, And I was like, well, now I need to get that. So then, of course, what do you do whenever you're in the shop? You just go ahead and kit up the thing because I want to stitch it. So this is a piece of 36 count dwarf from Picture This Plus, and these are just the called for colors. It also calls for a couple of DMC, but it's 310 and a yellow, so I'm just gonna pull from my stash for that. So
That'll be so fun.
I'm excited to stitch that. I almost started it this morning, but I used my self control. And then I got gifted a piece of fabric from Katie and Laura, and this is a piece of fabric that was dyed for their happy hour box. This is 5 o'clock somewhere from Seraphim Fabrics, and it's a piece of 32 count even weave, and it's definitely not the color that it's showing up here. It's really, really, really like lime green, and it's got this great big splotch in the middle of it. So I'm kind
Kind
of
of looks like
excited.
it has a big eyeball in it.
A little bit, a little bit. So it looks like a frog that got in a fight and lost an eye, maybe.
Or the
Um,
Grinch.
but or the Grinch, you're right. So I'm excited to find something to stitch on that because it's just a lovely piece of fabric. And then I also received this really sweet Christmas card from our friend Ray. And she sent some floss tags that
So
say,
cute.
have yourself a merry little Christmas. So very, very nice. So thank you, Ray. That really brightened my day when I got that. And then I have one other gift that I received. I got this gorgeous sled, perforated paper, and then put on the sled. And the stitching was done by Laura Landis, and the finishing was done by Katie Landis.
So
So
that's my finish for this week, along with 9 others. And I will insert a picture because Katie's going to teach me how to do that.
nice.
And you'll
Nice.
get to see the screenshot we took of all of them with their sleds.
Yeah. So
Except for
this
Beth,
one,
whose package had gone missing at that point.
but she found it. So that's
Mhm.
good. But it's just really cute. This polar bear, it's got beads on it. I love him.
And they are from Lizzie Kate. Lizzie Kate had put out 4 different patterns with 3 sleds each on them. So I went through and stitched up 10 of those. So
Yeah. Oh, very
Katie
fun.
did all the finishing.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I that's such a fun gift. I it hasn't left the back room yet because I needed to show it here. It has a bear on it, and so little hands might like it. So like, no, I'm putting this up with our Christmassy stuff. So
So that was my finishes too. Do
wow.
you have a finish?
I do. Oh, how many finishes are you up to?
Ooh, I have 33 finishes for the year and 22 finishes in my 59 before 60.
Nice.
That's pretty good. So I only have 37 to go by, I have to finish everything July 2nd, and my birthday is July 3rd.
Nice. So I had a finish also at the stitch day we went to. I forgot my phone, and I keep most of my patterns on my phone, but I did have one paper pattern for a thing that I really wanted to finish. So I finished Teddy's Tail from Mill Hill. And yesterday I did most of the back stitch and all of the beading on this guy. So
And
now I
put
just
the jingle bell on.
no, I love it. So I've got to get him cut out and finished into an ornament or something because I'm giving him as a gift. But I'm really excited to have that done. So that is number 16 for the year, and number 10 in my jokingly tacked on to Laura's challenge, 33 before 34.
So, yes. And, I feel like I've done pretty well getting all those
Mhm.
done, but definitely doing those 10 sled pieces added to my count and
Oh yeah, for
moved me
sure.
a little further along.
Yeah, but you stitched them on something that you don't usually stitch on, so I'm sure that kind of was a little bit slower. then
Well,
you're
and
getting
it was slower because I took them
well,
to the hospital with me, and
right.
I would be stitching and literally fall asleep holding everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then I'd wake up and I'd still be there, so I'd stitch a few more.
That just sounds like me most nights.
I do that some nights too, but yeah, it was definitely um I wanted to keep my streak going. If you guys don't know, I started with a gumball um bucket, picture of a gumball bucket, and you were supposed to color in one every day that you stitched to get to 100 days. And I did that and kept going. And on December 26th, it will be 5 years that I have stitched every day.
Wow.
So
Wow. That's so
now
cool.
it's not always very long. Uh,
Mhm.
most days it's a pretty good chunk of time, but it's not always very long. But I have stitched every single day. So now I'm like, I
Mhm.
gotta stitch. I haven't stitched.
Right. Well, whenever you get to 5 years, you're like, well, this is just my life now. I have to.
We'll see. At some point, I may give myself the grace to put in there, I'm going to organize cross stitch today. That's what I'm doing.
So turn from actual stitching to just cross stitch related.
There you go. But who know, and that then might morph into doing some finishing. And wouldn't that be a glorious thing?
Yes.
Ooh, speaking of finishing, Katie and I were able last weekend to take in a finished piece, a piece, and take it to our LNS. She's doing a framing sale. She was doing a framing sale, and we're really excited because there'll be a couple more pieces to put up. And mine will be um my first fully finished St. Patrick's Day piece.
Nice. That'll be
So
fun.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, definitely.
But are you ready to get to the whips?
I am ready to get to the whips. So I don't have very many whips this week because I have been obsessively working on something, the same thing that I was obsessively working on last time. So I have been, if you got the Black Needle Nice List advent box, then you probably know Katie has been sending out a piece of a pattern each day. It's called Santa's Stamp Collection, and it's been really fun. You just get a different stamp every day. Like the first day we got the border and the first stamp, and then she's just been giving us a stamp each day. I was trying to like basically work on that day's stamp until the end of the day, and then I'd start the next stamp, and then I'd go back and try to finish the stamp before. But what was happening to me is that I was getting just most of the stamp outline, and I wasn't able to stitch any of the inside because I don't get a whole lot of stitching time in the evening on days that I work. And it was making me kind of sad. So I just decided I'm just going to stitch one stamp at a time. I'm the only one who made up those rules for myself. So, um, so here's where it is right now. You
Woohoo.
see, I've finished 5 stamps. I have the outline of some others. I've started a couple of others. I don't have the top done, which I'll probably go back and do that once everything's done, honestly. This is on a piece of 32 count plush from Fortnight Fabrics, which is all the called for flosses. So I finished the snowman. I finished the gingerbread man sweater. Last night I finished the cardinal here. I worked on this at Stitch Day too, because I only had the yellow left, so I didn't need a pattern for that. Then I think I'd finished that one previously. So
That made a good fill time, right?
yes, yes, for sure. So that's where I am on that. I'm really enjoying it. And probably even after Christmas is over and we've gotten all the pieces, I'll probably continue to work on that because I've really been having a good time.
It's kind of a good
Um,
fun wintry feel.
yes, yes. I mean, it doesn't have to be, just Christmas. And then I realized that I probably knocked down one of the patterns that I've been stitching from. But anyway, I'll continue on. We'll make it through. So I also stitched on uh, the Frosted Pumpkins Christmas wreath because I really, really like this. I just kind of stopped partway through whenever I was working on it. And that's the whole thing. It was done as a sal. I'm very, very far behind because the sal's actually done. And they've moved on to a Halloween wreath, which I'm also behind on because why keep up with the sal? This is on a piece of 28 count Heartland from Picture This Plus. So here's everything that I have done so far.
Look how cute.
I love it so much. And
That
so
big
this,
bow, right?
yes. This week I worked on this Santa, and then I started, this is a great big present. So I'm hoping to finish that present today. Um, I've really been enjoying this. I think what I might do, I don't know, I'm not sure that I'll actually do this, is try to do a part of this that corresponds with the part that's been released with the Halloween wreath. So I'm kind of working on both of them at the same time. Again, I don't know that that's actually going to happen, but I thought that that might be a fun thing to do. And then I know I brought it in here, but I am not seeing it. I worked on, oh, here it is. I didn't take it out of my bag. Don't worry, I'm doing fine today, guys. The last thing I worked on, and I just worked on it a little bit this morning, is Winter Welcome from Park Hopper Bart. This was in last year's Advent box. And this is on a piece of Winterberry linen from Fortnight Fabrics. And here's where I am right now. And this morning I just put in the M. So there hasn't been a whole lot of progress since you saw this last, but it's one more letter.
But
So
we like to see it on there. It's so pretty.
this is really a gorgeous fabric. And there's still like, I've got to have half of it left to do something else on because this is about as big as it is. That's the bottom of the pattern there. And this is the top. So I could even like fit something ornament size down here too. So I really, really like this. My plan is to maybe finish this month, but I made a lot of plans this month and I've just been stitching on what I feel like stitching on. That's what I'm doing. So,
We kind of
but
had
that's
this discussion that that's what December should be. Just no stress and just what you want to do.
right. Because I like to schedule things out and plan things, and I'll be going into the new year that way. But I had these plans to finish a couple of different things this month, and I just want to stitch on whatever Christmas thing I feel like. So,
And I feel like we're all going to be snuggled in our area and stitching because our temperatures are so low right now.
oh, right.
We're in the teens today, and it's not supposed to get much warmer than that, I don't think. And then this week we're going to have crazy, crazy temperatures. I think I
Yeah.
get through Monday and Tuesday, the 2 days I have to worry about at school. And then it's just going to be cold, and that'll be it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to basically I don't have very far to walk to take James to daycare. We walk to daycare, but we are going to have to bundle ourselves completely up for that short walk because I'm going to be taking my little frozen boy to school. So
Yes. It's
he
so
has
crazy.
he has a really big winter coat, like a heavy duty one. But it's a size too big. We got it as a hand-me-down, which is lovely. And it's fine to have a too big coat because if you're wearing like a sweater or something underneath it, but he knows it's too big because it goes down over his hands a little bit. And he'll go, "This coat too big. Wear other coat." I'm like, no.
No, buddy, you got to be warm.
Once it goes below 30, we're not wearing the coat that doesn't have all the insulation. So what did you work on this week?
Well, I didn't work on a whole lot. Um, the sleds were already finished. I had done all of those. We just had to get through them. But I have been kind of enjoying the 2 days that Katie and I have been spending on our 12 days of Christmas pieces. And I'll talk a little more about that in a while, but I worked on First day of Christmas, sampler and tree. I did have Silent Night that I showed last week, and I
Mhm.
don't know that I did. I said that I worked on it on Sunday, but I don't know that I put much more in it than what you guys had already seen.
Right.
So I pulled this one out, and I'm doing a sampler, but my fabric is somewhere in between these two. So I'm kind
Mhm.
of mixing what I like about them. And mine is on I think it's a 32 count caramel macchiato from Fiber on a Whim. So it's got a little bit of a green cast.
Yeah.
And when I started, I had like I have two up here. I had
Uh-huh.
two down here. So I
Oh,
did
wow.
all of these, and I had a tiny bit of the partridge's wing. So I did the whole wing, and then you can tell I outlined the rest of the partridge and I
Yeah.
filled in the color in the wing.
Wow. Nice.
Now, this fabric, when I started to put the yellow in here, and it's two different
Mhm.
colors of yellow, um, it was too bulky with two strands.
Mhm.
So I pulled it out right away because I didn't get very far. And I just did it with one strand, which I think shows up really nicely with
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
So that was that. I was pretty happy with my progress
Mhm.
there. And this one I have in a tulip pink sleeve that's actually peacocks, but it makes me think of the partridge.
Partridge. Yes.
Kind of fun.
Yes.
And then the next one, oh, I love this one so much. The Rose Air Blooming is one of my favorite Christmas carols. And
Mhm.
this is the pattern from Summer House Stitchworks.
So pretty.
And I had the outside border, the green part done, but I didn't have all of the flowers. So I finished up the flowers and I started on this big, big vine.
Wow.
And I am like you, I have been sitting in my chair and just falling asleep.
Yeah. It's hard
So,
whenever it's cold like this, and so then you get all snuggled in and warm, and then it's like, well, this seems like time for a nap.
yeah. And I have the heated blanket on my lap, the heated throw. And so I have that. Plus, the cats know that I have that, and they are on my lap too. So I get really warm and cozy, and I am like, yeah, no, it's time to sleep. And then the last whip I worked on this week is Christmasland by Raise the Roof. And I started over here and I had this part done up to
Mhm.
about here. So I had a pretty good time with this. I put in the snowman and the part of the schoolhouse that is finished. Sorry, my big
Mhm.
old string is hanging over there. And I realized that I just need to start on the trees next to this and I will be
Mhm.
halfway.
Wow. Nice.
So I love this. And this, I mean, it will be about this big.
Such a cute one.
I love it. It's so fun and just really a joy to work on. And I have this one because Katie, a couple of years ago, Teresa, it's probably longer than I think, but Teresa Vanette from Shakespeare's Peddler, Kitten Stitcher, put it out again, re-released it, and it was a charity donation for the cats at the animal shelter where she was volunteering.
Oh, wow.
So, I had said something to Katie about it, and she figured it out and got me the chart
Mhm.
so that I could have that. But
Oh,
also, I have it in this Snoopy sleeve, which
ooh,
I
I love
just
that.
love. Yeah, it's so cute. I love the
It
ones
is.
the fabrics they put out for that.
Mhm. For sure.
So, those are my whips for the week.
Nice.
I
Good
mean,
one.
really, I'm like, that doesn't seem like a lot because I'm so used to switching every day.
Right.
And yeah, I didn't do that since I didn't show you Silent Night again.
Yeah,
then
no, and it's nice to like kind of sit down and work on things for a couple of days sometimes,
Mhm.
especially if you're really enjoying it. So,
So I already know I am going to do Beggar's Christmas next
mm,
because I'm going to have some daytime hours and I'm stitching this on a 40 count fabric.
oh, okay. So you need some daylight and some wide
Yes,
open
I
skies.
mean, it is, I'll get really close. It is
Mm,
some tiny, tiny fabric.
yes.
And it's really good and slubby, which I love in a linen. But
Hmm.
look at the modeling. I mean, that's a
It's
beautiful piece of
really
fabric.
pretty. Yes. Yeah,
And
that's
I
really
love
pretty.
these patterns. I would eventually, there's a whole series, and I
Hmm.
would eventually like to get all of them.
Hmm.
Um, I think I have some on my 1, 2, 3 wish list. And I think that I can't remember if I've bought Beggar's Fourth or not.
Hmm.
I need to organize my cross stitch, but I'm going to work on that one. And then this morning, just while I was waiting for Keisha, I pulled out um, plaid tidings from Little Stitch Girl, and
Hmm.
I'm working on this one.
Ooh, I like that pattern. I may have to get myself that one.
So it's pretty cute,
Mhm.
but I think I'll work on those today. I'll probably work on my Beggar's Christmas until my eyes say, no, you really are done. And then I'll switch to the other one, which will be nice because it's a little bigger and I'll be
Mhm.
able to keep stitching and enjoy that one too. So
Yeah,
that's
that'll be
probably what
great.
I'll do for these 2 days because I'll have today and tomorrow.
Mhm.
So it'll probably be those two projects.
Nice.
So
Well, and then I'm probably today I'm gonna work more on Winter Welcome because now, oh, we got a cat cameo, not a video until we have a cat cameo. um, but I'll probably work on Winter Welcome because now all I need is an E and I'm finished with the letters on there.
you bet.
So I'll at least stitch the E on there. I'll probably work more this week. I'll work more on Santa's stamp collection and probably more on Christmas wreath. And I really want to start that Christmas alphabet. So that's probably going to happen too. I need to kind of figure out what I'm going to take. I have some good car stitching time coming up because we're going to visit my parents and they're a good distance away. So I have to figure out what I'm going to work on in the car for that. But yeah, I'm basically just going to stitch Christmassy things this week. And then next week, after Christmas, I actually have a mill hill for New Year's. So I might try that week to do that and finish it before New Year's. But that's kind of a look ahead at what I'm going to be stitching on. But really, like we said, December is not for plans. December is
No,
just for stitching whatever you'd like to.
I think I have 8, maybe 9 projects left to stitch on this month.
Mhm.
And that's a lot to get done. I mean, I have plenty of time,
Right.
but I just we'll see if I get to all of them or not. I will
Mhm.
get to everything. I'll get to 8 of them for sure.
Right.
But the ninth one may be just hanging out, and I've already worked on it once this year.
Oh,
So
okay. Right. So,
um and I'm kind of thinking normally I would have a Christmas Day start,
mhm,
but I'm not sure if I'm going to start one, although, we've looked at all of the things that I have planned to start for the new year.
mhm.
Maybe I'll pick one and just start it on Christmas instead.
Christmas.
And
That'd be fun.
then I won't have so many things that I start in January. So the other thing
Well,
is Keisha and I will probably put out videos the next 2 weeks, but we aren't sure. And we're not
right.
sure what kind of videos they will be.
Yeah, because it just so happens that Christmas and New Year's both land on Sunday,
Mhm.
which is the day that we film. And I'm also going to be visiting family both of those days.
Mhm.
So, but we've kind of talked. Hopefully, we'll get something out to you. But if not, that's why. We're
Yeah.
definitely still here and we're definitely still stitching. We're just stitching in other locations.
Yes. And
um,
the day that we've chosen to try and get together and make one of the videos, I think is the coldest day. So we'll see if Keisha really wants to come to the office after working all day.
yeah, we might just decide to stay home in our fuzzy socks. We'll see. One thing I would like to mention, Laura and Katie have been going more in depth over on the Black Needle Society Flosstube channel about the things that are in the Advent box, a little bit more about their Christmas stitching. Katie's doing Christmas and winter stitching, and it's really been fun to watch. So make sure that you're checking them out if you want to know more about what's in the box and if you just want more stitching fun. And then if you've been watching our channel, you probably know James and I have been opening our Advent boxes together, and each day is more and more unhinged. And he's trying to steal my identity because every time we start, he goes, "I'm Keisha," and that's not his name. He's James.
And his latest little friend is Sloth Monster.
Moth monster. He's just decided it's a monster, and it's a great time. So watch me try my best to put clothes on little stuffed animals and also hold him while I'm trying to open my own present and not really giving you any information about what I've received.
But you are doing a fabulous job kind of figuring out what things are too, because
So
you
well,
don't
that's just
even get to look at your scratch card anymore.
no, he just runs. He just runs, and I'm like, okay, well, do you just want to tell the people bye? My favorite thing was one day he went, "People bye."
Yeah.
So anyway, watch those videos if you want to. If you uh, need a little bit of extra if you need extra stitching, watch Katie and Laura, extra stitching and actual information. If you just want to watch me struggle a little bit and laugh at my kid who wants to count every single day, watch those.
And he keeps trying to poke through the middle one. So yeah.
I know what every single one of those little things are, and I keep trying to cover them up so that he can't see because it just keeps poking them.
But it's been fun to watch that.
It's been
So,
good.
and Keisha and I have been talking more about our plans for the new year and getting out our planners and using them to kind of help plan things. So hopefully we'll have some planning time. We're going to try on our Thursday in-person chats to bring our planners and at least pull them out and maybe get some ideas from each other. So
Right. So
that'll
if we
be
can
fun.
keep it up, maybe we'll show that on here if you guys are interested in that. So
Mhm. So, do you think that we've had enough shenanigans today?
oh, we had enough shenanigans before we even started filming, Laura.
Well, then I think the only thing left to say is bye.
Bye. Have a good week.